Yes, sir. We are back with another edition of Fast Break Bets presented by Betting Pros. You know me, know the voice of the guy. It's me, really real, Villain Rough Terrell Furman Jr. here at your service. Oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. I mean, 1 day on the pod, but I have to tell you, there are 3 guarantees in life: death, taxes, and the Golden State Valkyries cashing the first half. Ah! Ah! My Valkyries. My Valkyries are so good. Now, can they close out in the fourth quarter? We'll have to have a conversation about that. But I mean, it takes an act from the gambling gods for this bet not to hit. I actually know when the last time the bet hasn't hit, and I'm not going to say it because that would, of course, be ruining the mojo. But whenever that happens, whenever the ill, bad words may happen to the Valkyrie, I'll bring it up. But ah, oh, I love this team so much. Let's talk about the bets that were actually official for the show. Of course, I bet the Valkyries first half every single time, and they cash it on the money line too. Thank you, Valkyries. However, they did too much scoring when they did all of that. I mean, they couldn't miss. That's the reason why the first half cash, they couldn't miss. And here goes the dream. Just let them do whatever. Let them shoot whatever. The Valkyries weren't even shooting the three that well. They were hitting them this game. First half total goes up in flames. That's a dead bet, but Brianna Jones just proving why she was supposed to be an all-star and cashing our over 20.5 PR bet. 1-1 officially, but of course we're up on the week already because of my Valkyries. And again, you will refer to them as my Valkyries, regardless if they're your Valkyries or not. Whenever you speak of them, you will speak of them with the my ahead of it. They have ascended Golden State. They are my Valkyries. I love this team. All right. I have 2 bets to give out, both player props actually. Let's talk about the early game. I will be in attendance. The Washington Mystics are going up against the Chicago Sky. Now, there are a bunch of notes for this game. First note is that the game starts at 11:30 a.m. And I'm sure you're wondering, oh, why does this game start so early? Well, it's because it is camp day. And so, of course, if you are one that has children, I know I don't, but if you are one of those that have children, you know that your kid goes to camp rather early. So you head off to work or whatever you do. And so they got to get the kids to the game and then back to the recreation center, camp, wherever they at before it's time for them peoples to pick them up. So early games. So 11:30 a.m. The kids are going to be loud. You'll hear it on the screen. Give me a follow. See my Twitter name down there at really real __. I'm going to go and get some footage. I'll probably end up posting as well. But the camp day games are just a fun staple of the WNBA that I really do enjoy watching every single year. Very early basketball, I will say this. I haven't seen any trend to the total or how these games play out because they're so early. I've seen these games have high scoring, 180, almost 200-point affairs during a camp day game that was early in the morning. So, I mean, I can't really say that it factors into the handicap too much because I've just seen games where the scoring was crazy. Now, maybe this is a lower scoring game and it could turn out to be like that, but it just doesn't go into the handicap for me because I have seen these games have a lot of points in the past. I think the Mystics game last year, they played against the Mercury, I want to say. Yeah, it was against the Mercury. And it was an early camp day game. And I think both of those teams, if the Mystics didn't have 90 points, they had close to 90 points. The Mercury for sure had 90 points because I'm pretty sure the Mercury won that game. Also, another note for this game, while I just go ahead and get it all out for the people. This will be played at Eagle Bank Arena. This is not going to be played at Care First Arena, where the Mystics normally play their games. They get a bigger venue for this game, and they always play it on George Mason's campus. So this is a different arena for the Mystics. Still familiar. They do it every year for Camp Day. Every year for Camp Day, they go to Eagle Bank, which is the arena over there at George Mason. So this will be held in Virginia and not in DC. So a little bit of a quote unquote neutral site, but it's really just a change of venue just to get more camp kids in the building. So just wanted to spill that information out there as well. All right, now let's talk about the play that I'm actually making in this game. And I am still going on the all-star snub slide here. We just took Brianna Jones 20.5 PR and it hit. So I decided why not take Brittany Sykes over 20.5 points and assists in this game. It was the same number, so I just kind of felt it here. By the way, speaking of numbers, angel numbers, this is the 222nd episode of Fast Break Bets. Just wanted to throw that out there. 222nd episode of Fast Break Bets. All right, now back to Brittany Sykes. Over 20.5 points and assists here. I do think this is going to be a little bit more of an aggressive Brittany Sykes we see in this game because of one, she believes she was an all-star. And what do? You can only control your play. You can't control how other people vote for you, where other people want you in the game. You can only control what you can control. And she talked about that yesterday after practice. And so here we have a slot where the Chicago Sky have still been horrible defensively against guards. They've allowed guards to have some really, really big games in terms of points and assists. Courtney Williams just had 31. Kelsey Plum just had 29. Kelsey Plum had 25 before that. You got Ryan Howard, who had 25. Alicia Gray had 23. Brittany Sykes in the game that she just played against them dropped 32 points after a big second half against them, and she went over this flying. So I think this is a good spot where this seems like a really low number, and I think Sykes is actually can pencil in here for 20 points on her own. But I like adding the assist as well because once the attention, and I know that Tyler Marsh and this Sky team are going to know, hey, Brittany Sykes just cooked us for 32 last time. Let's try to get the ball out of her hands. I think that she'll be able to rack up a good number of assists as well. So I like this spot. I think that this is a really good number, and I think Brittany Sykes is due for a turn up game and a snub game, as I like to call it, after getting snubbed from All Star. Because as much as I love Kiki and as much as I love Sonia, I think that Brittany Sykes and Bree Jones should have took both of their spots, if we're being honest. And you have to, if you say somebody got snubbed, you got to say, who do you replace them with? I would have replaced them with the rookies. I think the rookies had a great season, but Sykes and Bree Jones just had a better season, and it's been good betting for us when we bet them. So I'm going to bet Brittany Sykes here over 20.5 points and assists. That is play number one. All right. Before we get to play number two, couple of things to talk about here. One, make sure that you go over there and try to win you that Clyde Drexler signed jersey this month. All you have to do is subscribe over there to the Betting Pros YouTube channel and comment on any Fast Break Bets video, and you'll have a chance to win that jersey, courtesy of our friends over there at pristineauction.com. Shout out to them and having a chance to win the Clyde Drexler signed jersey. All right. Also, whoa, that was a little Easter egg there. I don't know what happened. I don't. Okay. All right. Back over to what I was talking about. 222nd episode of Fast Break Bets. And I decided to pull up what that means real quick. Angel numbers. And I was looking at it, and this is interesting. It says that the number 222 is associated with balance, harmony, and new beginnings. It suggests that you are on the right path and that I thought it said angles. That's why I was like, whoa, this is way too specific for me for a second. But it actually says your angels are supporting you and manifesting your desires. Didn't know that. And so, you know what? If it says I'm on the right path, then I'm on the right path. And I'm going to keep this going, even though we had some brief technical difficulties there just a second ago. And I have no idea what that was about. It says that I am on the right path. And so I'm going to follow the path that I've been doing this entire time. And here it goes. The Las Vegas Aces are on the road going to play the New York Liberty, my New York Liberty. And the Liberty are laying 5.5, 165.5 is total. I thought about doing multiple things in this game. I thought about fading the Aces entirely. I thought about taking the over because both of these two teams defensively have been horrible recently. But ultimately, I decided to just not even question what the Aces are going to do as a whole. And I'm just going to go on the right path with A'ja Wilson because A'ja Wilson is inevitable. She is. And now she's locked in. I have the white tee on, and I'm going to continue to wear the white tee. I'm going to continue to wear the white tee. What she don't know is I have a drawer full of white tees in there. A drawer full of them. I can keep this going as long as we want, A'ja. So let's just keep rocking out with the white tees and let's just keep having big games here. And I knew not to mess with them against that Sun game because the Sun are unreliable and she might not had to go off. But she's going to need to have every bit of a game to be competitive against the Liberty here, even though the Liberty have fallen back defensively. Give me A'ja Wilson to go over 23.5 points. I got it at even money. And I'm going to tell you right now, there's no Jacquel Jones in this game. Jonquel Jones is the reason that A'ja Wilson even has off games against the Liberty. Who else do you think is stopping her? There's nobody else guard. It's Jonquel Jones. Jonquel Jones is physical. She brings it to her, and it's a war every single time. And she forces her to take the highest of difficulty shots. The highest of difficulty. She's not going to have that difficulty here. This Liberty team that's dead last in points in the paint, so opponents' points in the paint in the past 5 games that Jonquel's been out, she's not going to have that issue here. No. Naira Sabali? Naira, I love you. I do. No. It's A'ja Wilson. A'ja Wilson is inevitable. And I just know it. She's wearing the white tee to the game. She's completely locked in. They got embarrassed the first game of the season going to play here. And I think they just want to try to keep it close. They might even try to win outright just because Jacquel Jones is in there. She's so big for them and slowing down what they got going on. Either way, I'm not betting any of that. Just give me A'ja Wilson to go out there and dominate yet again. So I like A'ja Wilson to go over 23.5 points here against my New York Liberty. And with that, that is going to be the end of the show. Now, let's do a quick recap here. Whoa. Well, let's pull this back up. It's just technical difficulties here on the pod. 20 left and right, up and down, 24/7. Can we get it together, please? All right, I guess I can't pull up. There we go. Look, as soon as you start talking bad on something, that's what it. As soon as I start talking bad on something, they want to start working. That's crazy. All right, Brittany Sykes over 20.5 points and assists. A'ja Wilson over 23.5 points. 2 props. That's it on a Tuesday's Fast Break Bets. I will see you all bright and early at the Mystics game tomorrow. Hope that you're watching. Hop into the Discord chat, bettingpros.com/chat. I'll be in there chopping it up. I'll probably drop some. Hey, if I get some pregame interviews with the players, I'll definitely drop them over there in the Discord and let people get some. Hey, maybe we get some insight and it's something that sounds really good. And we say, hey, we want to add an extra prop or something like that. I will do all I can to get all of that for the people, but you got to be in that Discord, bettingpros.com/chat. I'm at reallyreal__. Make sure you give me a follow on X at bettingpros on X and TikTok at bettingpros NFL on Instagram at youtube.com/bettingpros where you can. Once again, make sure that you drop a comment, subscribe, and have a chance to win that Clyde Drexler signed jersey. With that, that's it. I have nothing else to say, nothing else to do. No other way of ending the podcast. Just gonna do it like this. We are out of here.